Hey, happy Monday evening. Hope everybody had a good Labor Day off if you were able to be off. And if you worked, thank you for working today. Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, aka Man of the People, here to get you up to date. Guess what? It is the week of the NFL opener. Games start on Thursday. Carolina Panthers play Sunday in Jacksonville against Trevor Lawrence and that Heisman Trophy winner guy as well. So we're going to get you up to date today and keep you up to date all week. Interviews will start with our rookies this week as well. You guys know that usually something I do during training camp, but that is going to happen starting this week, so look out for those interviews as well. And by the way, I forget the name, but I said in my last video, I'm going to always say it, right? Independent media 100% supported by you guys. I said even if you just give $1, that'll add up and it'll help me travel to a few of the games that I'm not yet able to make to. I got $1 last time, so thank you, sir, or gentleman, or ma'am. I think it was a guy. Very much for that. But let's go ahead and get into this Carolina Panthers update for today, Monday, September 1st. And let's start with what you guys love the most. Some highlights. So here we go. Hunter Renfrow, as you know, has returned to the team. So he was back at it today, running routes. Carolina Panthers head coach Dave Canales felt like Hunter needed a little bit more practice, a little bit more conditioning, I should say. But, you know, hands kind of got forced once Jalen Coker went out with that injury. Adam Thielen was gone. So they're like, hey, here we are. And we'll see how much more you'll be able to do for us on Sunday. But absolutely expect Hunter Renfrow to be playing this Sunday in Jacksonville for the Panthers. And also we're going to get into Josh P. What's going on? Appreciate you tuning in. Hadn't seen you in a while, man. Hope everything is going pretty good with you. And here, I'll give it away. Spoiler alert. One of your team captains, Bryce Young, throwing the rock out there to his wide receivers. So yes, the captains were announced today as well. And since I already started to let the cat out the bag, let's go ahead and show you those official captains for the 2025 season. They are the young man, Bryce Young. The old man, J.J. Jansen. Very knowledgeable guy. Gotta make him a captain. And then we're going to call him the enforcer, Derek Brown, right there in the back. So there are your three captains for the 2025 season. Derek Brown, J.J. Jansen, and Bryce Young. So there will be a fourth captain, an idea that head coach Dave Canales borrowed from his good old guy who used to be in Seattle, Pete Carroll, who's now in Las Vegas, about taking advantage of the opportunity that if you use each week to get a new captain, you're able to reward guys who are having a great week in practice and maybe they don't deserve it or hadn't yet got it earned for the full year, but it gives you an opportunity to recognize that player for the week. Just another level of a motivator that you can have out there for players. So look for that one additional captain, so it'll be a total of 4 each week to be out there on the field for the Carolina Panthers. Not a lot of new news out of practice today. Coach Dave Canales did give us a little tidbit about practice because we cannot see the full practice anymore. So I want to get that out there for you. The media, during training camp, OTAs, all that stuff, we can watch the entire practice, but once the 53-man roster is set, there's a different format where media can go out and watch the beginning of practice, but you really can't see much. So basically, I like to say we do not get to watch practice any further. But he said, really good practice for the offense. Feels like they won, the offense won today. And it included a big splash play from Bryce Young to XL. I think it was about a 40-yard pass that Bryce was able to complete to him. So, hey, not mad at the offense, trending up. Defense, to me, had the better end of things throughout the training camp period. And injuries do not officially come out starting until Wednesday. So players are off today, had to practice Monday, today. So look for an official injury report come Wednesday. But Ikem Ekwonu did speak to the media today, and Dave Canales described him as day-to-day. And the way, and I'm going to play a clip for you here in just a second, that Icky was talking with the media today, it leads you to believe that he may not be ready. My personal opinion, you got some good backups. I don't feel like you should rush him back in the first week after having that appendix surgery. I don't know. But let me go ahead and play for you guys. Here's some clips from Ikem Ekwonu today talking in the locker room about his injury. Hey, by the way, a few of you guys have hit that like button. Please continue to at least hit that like button if you have not already subscribed. I thought I had this video ready for you. Here we go. Ikem Ekwonu.
So it was kind of like all over in terms of like stomach pain and stuff like that. I was having like nausea and stuff like that, almost kind of like similar to a stomach virus at first, and then like the typical stomach virus symptoms kind of went away, and like just the ab pain was most persistent and actually was getting like worse and worse every day. So that was kind of like the biggest red flag, and then I wound up getting scanned and wound up figuring out what it was.
Did someone suggest you go to the hospital, or you just made that decision?
My dad was, my dad's a physician, so he was like, it's been, some time a little bit, so I think it's about time to go ahead and get a CAT scan. So, followed his advice and got one, and then wound up catching it.
So, following the advice of his father, he went and got a CAT scan, and ultimately he had his appendix removed. And he said it was a little bit weird, a little bit unknown, like how quickly it went that they were able to get him in there for surgery. But the reassuring thing for him with everything was that learning that the appendix is really an optional organ. You don't need it. A lot of people get theirs taken out and you'll be fine. So hopefully he'll continue to have a speedy recovery and we'll be back out there again. I don't feel like he needs to be out there on Sunday. Now, of course, he does protect the quarterback's blind side, so that is indeed a very important position, but we're not a team, according to Dave Canales, that's going to be throwing the ball 50 times per game, so we could work around that. So if Icky does not go out there, you're going to have Josh Nijman or Brady Christensen that does slide on over to that left tackle position and protect Bryce Young's blind side. Hunter Renfrow was another guy that was in the locker room today that you didn't know would be there because he had gotten released a week ago. And Hunter, I'm trying to remember the comment that somebody had left. He said Hunter Renfrow was a guy that can look 27 or 57. I thought that was hilarious. But nevertheless, Hunter Renfrow was at practice today. Talked about how he can't sit still. So immediately after getting cut, he's back home and he's working his job, getting his trailers and doing stuff for the business. And he actually missed calls from Dan Morgan. I forget who else he said, but he missed calls, like 10 missed calls in a matter of 30 minutes. And when he got to the phone, he saw it and made the call. And, obviously he's now on the roster. Dave Canales did speak about last week, didn't feel his conditioning was where it needed to be. Now, he said that was not like a declaration that he can never be there. Obviously he's back with the team now and they're going to see just how far he can progress this week. Big challenge for him will be playing in that humid, hot weather in Jacksonville. So I would say expect to see a good rotation from that wide receiver group. Certainly he's going to play, but it seems like you shouldn't expect him to play a ton. But, he's not one of the leading guys that will be out. Well, maybe. Well, we're going to see. I was speaking ahead of myself there a little bit, and I started thinking, okay, Jalen Coker's out. What is that rotation going to look like exactly? But he's going to be rotated in there, get some reps, and he's happy to be back. And again, yesterday I mentioned Hunter was smart and saying, hey, he got $2 million guaranteed out of a $2.25 million contract. He did get offers. He did get calls from other NFL teams, but he really either wanted to be in Carolina or was not too interested in playing anyway. I think a big part of that is something that fans may forget about. These guys have families and lives. His wife is actually due to have a baby in about 5 to 6 weeks. So for him, I'm sure with the whole sickness, playing and having the opportunity to be close to home is something that made him want to have that strong conviction towards Carolina or nothing else. So he's going to be here, and we'll see him play this Sunday. T-Mac is going to get his first start as a NFL player and a rookie this Sunday against the Jaguars. He said it's a blessing and pretty cool that him and Travis Hunter have had the opportunity to go against each other at all levels, high school, college and now the pros, so that's going to be good. Not yet nervous. He said he feels like that certainly could happen, but right now we're still far out. They have tomorrow off. Hadn't got any nerves or big jitters yet about playing this Sunday. And let's touch on the other side of the ball briefly. You know, Derek Brown's our captain, I think. Was J.C. Horn a captain last year? I don't know. But nevertheless, J.C. Horn spoke with the media today and a little edgy. And, you know, a reporter asked him about that edginess. He first said, I don't know. Then he said, well, maybe I think so. And it did seem like he had a little bit of an edge to him today in talking with the media. And, man, it would be great if the defense does have that edge. You know, Derek Brown being back, I'm sure, will give them that extra dog that they need to have to reverse the bad season from last year defensively. So, like to remind you, Charlotte Vibe, I will personally be there firsthand to continue to bring you all the information as it goes down this Sunday. Pre-game show 2 hours before. Post-game show as quick as I can make it after the game ends. I'm shooting for no more than 30 minutes after the show, after the game ends to start the post-game show live from the field, giving you my breakdown, giving you my analysis, as well as taking any questions. So, hey, if you're enjoying the content, I would appreciate it tremendously if you hit that like button. That's the least thing that I want you to do. And hey, Cash App link is in the description. I'm telling you, $1 each time you watch it from each person will help us to be at every single game this year like we were last year. We really like to be there. And if you really want to support, we have memberships available as well. All right. Hey, I will see you again Wednesday unless there's breaking news tomorrow. I'm Chris Jenkins for Charlotte Vibe. Thank you so much for watching. What's up, Mike Long? And what's up, Mark Anthony? Thank you both very much for your support.